What if the thing keeping your pain alive isn't just your back, but what's missing from your breakfast? Picture this, a sharp electric jolt shooting down your leg.
It feels mechanical, like something pinched or trapped. You've probably been told that exact thing: a disc, a nerve, a spine problem. But two people with the same scan can live completely different lives.
One recovers. The other suffers for years. So what's the difference? Today, you're about to discover a simple, science-friendly habit you can start tomorrow morning that may change how your body responds to sciatica entirely.
If you're watching this, you already know the routine. You sit down, pain. You stand up, pain. You try to sleep, pain finds you anyway. It's not just discomfort, it's exhausting.
It changes how you move, how you plan your day, even how you think about the future. You've tried painkillers. They help until they don't. Physical therapy works in the clinic, but relief fades when you go home. Injections bring temporary calm. And then the word people fear appears: surgery. You follow the advice, do everything right, and still the pain comes back. Why? Because most treatments focus on structure, the disc, the spine, the compression, and often ignore something just as powerful: the environment around your nerve. Imagine your sciatic nerve as a wire running down through your hip, buttock, and leg. Now imagine that wire not only being pressed, but also surrounded by irritation, swelling, and chemical noise. Even a small pressure becomes unbearable in that environment. That's inflammation, and it changes everything. It lowers your nerve's tolerance, amplifies pain signals, and turns mild compression into severe suffering.
And here's the key. Inflammation is not only influenced by injury, it's influenced by what you feed your body every single day.
Let's start with something simple and underappreciated. There's one food, often overlooked, that contains a combo of nutrients your sciatic nerve needs to calm inflammation and function well. That food is walnuts. Before you scroll away thinking too simple, stay with me. This isn't magic, it's biology. Walnuts deliver a rare combination of compounds that work together, not separately, to support nerve health, and consistency is where the real power lies.
Now, let's break down how walnuts help, in plain terms. First, walnuts contain plant-based omega-3s. These fatty acids help reduce production of inflammatory chemicals, the same ones that make your nerve overly sensitive.
Less inflammation means the nerve doesn't overreact to every movement. Second, walnuts are rich in polyphenols and antioxidants, natural compounds that help switch off inflammation at a deeper level. Think of it like turning down the volume on pain signals before they even reach your brain. Third, walnuts provide magnesium, a mineral that calms overactive nerve pathways. If your pain feels electric, shooting, or overly reactive, magnesium matters more than you might think. Fourth, walnuts contain a natural form of vitamin E, which protects the outer layer of the nerve, the myelin sheath, the insulation for your wire. When that layer is damaged, signals become noisy, sharp, tingling, burning. Protecting it helps restore balance. Fifth, and this surprises most people, walnuts contain melatonin. Yes, the sleep-regulating compound. Beyond sleep, melatonin helps regulate how your body processes pain signals, which can explain why many people notice better sleep and reduced pain over time.
This all sounds promising, but let's be clear, this is not an overnight fix. If your pain has been building for months or years, your body needs time to respond. Think of walnuts as steady oil for a rusty hinge, rather than a drop of WD-40 that makes everything perfect in seconds.
Most people who add walnuts consistently notice subtle changes in 4 to 6 weeks. The pain feels less intense, the burning quality starts to fade, sleep improves, and flare-ups become less frequent. Around the 2 to 3 month mark, the difference becomes more noticeable and more meaningful.
So how exactly do you use them? Here's a simple, practical routine you can start tomorrow morning. Eat about 1 ounce of walnuts daily, roughly a small handful. Have them with breakfast. Pairing them with food may improve absorption and keeps them from feeling like an extra chore.
Choose raw or dry roasted, not oil roasted, and store them in the fridge to keep them fresh. That's it. No complicated routine, no expensive supplements required to start. Just consistency. If you really want to give your body the best chance to recover, combine the walnuts with 3 supporting habits that are easy to adopt. Habit 1. Gentle movement. Short walks, 10 to 15 minutes, a few times a day. Keep the nerve mobile and prevent stiffness. Complete rest often makes things worse. Motion is lotion for the nervous system. Habit 2. Heat and cold therapy. Cold helps calm inflammation during an acute flare, while heat relaxes tight muscles in between. Alternating between them can bring surprisingly fast relief when done mindfully. Habit 3. A simple stretch for the muscles around your hip. You don't need extreme yoga poses. A gentle hamstring or piriformis stretch held with comfortable breathing can reduce pressure on the nerve. Consistency matters more than intensity. But here's the part most people don't realize. Some of the biggest improvements come not from what you add, but from what you stop doing. Everyday habits that feel harmless can quietly keep your nerve inflamed no matter what you try. Sitting for long stretches without breaks, sleeping in a position that cramps your hip, relying heavily on inflammatory foods and alcohol. These small patterns stack up. If you don't address them, you may be slowing your own recovery without even knowing it. Let's paint a small picture of what this could look like in your life. Imagine waking up, reaching for a handful of walnuts beside your cereal or yogurt. 10 minutes later, you're out the door for a 15-minute walk, moving gently, breathing, loosening stiffness. Midday, you switch to a standing task for a while instead of sitting straight through. In the evening, a short stretching routine, followed by a warm shower, relaxes the day's tension. You use cold packs briefly after a flare, heat to ease muscle tightness, and keep alcohol to a minimum. Weeks later, your sleep is a touch deeper, the burning down your leg less intense, and daily tasks feel a little more doable. You haven't cured the underlying issue overnight, but you've shifted the environment around your nerve. Calmer edges, less chemical noise, fewer flare-ups. That's where real, lasting improvement begins. Now, expectations again. Not everyone responds to walnuts the same way. If you have nut allergies, clearly this isn't for you. If you're on blood thinners, check with your clinician. Walnuts are generally safe, but every situation is unique. Consider this a low-risk, potentially high-reward habit to test, not a promise of immediate cure. It's also part of a broader strategy: nutrition, movement, recovery habits, and clinical care when needed. So, what's the takeaway? Sciatica isn't just about pressure on a nerve. It's about how sensitive that nerve has become. That sensitivity is heavily influenced by inflammation, something you can alter every day through what you eat and how you move. By adding one simple habit, a handful of walnuts in the morning, you begin to support your nerve in ways most treatments overlook. Combine that with gentle movement, smart recovery practices, and stopping habits that keep inflammation alive, and your body finally has a fighting chance to shift out of the constant pain cycle. If this resonated with you, you're not alone. So many people are dealing with this quietly, thinking nothing will change. Small, consistent steps can lead to real progress. If you try adding walnuts, give it at least a month and notice the small differences. Less burning, better sleep, fewer flare-ups.
Share what you notice. Your experience could help someone else who feels stuck. If you want more simple, research-informed ways to support your health as you get older, without overwhelm, stick around for more practical strategies.
Remember, your body isn't broken. It's responding. And sometimes it's just waiting for the right support. Start small. Be consistent. Pay attention. Try a handful of walnuts with your breakfast tomorrow, and then again the day after. And keep going. You might be surprised how something so ordinary can make your sciatic nerve feel a little less like a live wire and a little more like a calm, well-insulated cable. See you next time. Until then, move gently, eat mindfully, and give your nerves a chance to heal.